Hi, it's Allanah. Welcome back to YogaYin and thank you so much for joining us. Today I'm going to take you through a sequence for a student of mine. This is a special sequence because this student has not had a period in some time. She's only 38, but her periods have stopped. So this is going to be a 45-minute class that's primarily devoted to getting her cycle re-regulated. She's suffering from an enormous amount of stress. Her period stopping coincided with her moving across the country and leaving behind her family, starting a new job, getting married, buying a new home. So there's a lot of things going on. So we really need to balance the nervous system and balance the endocrine system as well. She's also suffering from Hashimoto's, so there's going to be some postures in this sequence for the thyroid gland, and there's going to be a lot to try and bring down the stress and just rebalance the endocrine glands in her body. So this is the case for you if you have stopped bleeding altogether. Your follicle stimulating hormone is very high, your AMH is very low. This is going to be an excellent sequence for you. Please keep your feedback coming. Love to hear from you, trying to get back to everybody when I can. I'm now booked up until February 2019. So if you would like to get in for early next year, please do contact me as soon as you can. Hurry on. So we're going to need a few props for our practice today. I want you to have a strap or a long scarf will do fine, a blanket and a nice pillow, and of course your mat. The other thing I want you to have is either a hot water bottle or a wheat bag. I want you to fill the hot water bottle not all the way up with hot water, just because we're going to be lying flat on it. So the first sequence that we're going to do is going to be for cold uterus and for bringing the breath down into the belly. So we need to re-establish a connection with the belly, which I think has been lost here. So what I want you to do is just place the hottie or the wheat bag underneath you, and we're going to gently come down and lie just underneath the belly button on the hot water bottle. I want you to just cross your forearms here and then drop your head either straight down if that's comfortable for you, or if it's not, to one side or the other. We're going to be here for a few minutes, so I want you to focus on breathing down into your belly. So as you inhale, feel the belly expand and press into the mat. And as you exhale, feel it drop back to the spine. And as you're lying here, I want you to take 3 deep breaths, and as you breathe out, I want you to sigh out that breath. Come with me. Inhale, feel the belly expand. Exhale.
and let it go. Inhaling, exhale, and sigh the breath away. One more. Inhaling, exhale, let it go. If you feel any emotion while you're lying here, whether that be frustration or agitation or sadness, I want you to just acknowledge it. Don't try and block it. And keep breathing through it. Extend your exhalation so it's a little longer and a little deeper than your in-breath. Three more deep breaths here. Beautiful. Then I want you to bring your hands beside your chest and tuck the elbows in and raise the head slightly, opening out the neck, working in cobra now with the belly and the thyroid gland. And then raise the body gently into upward facing dog. Hold it here. And then gently come back. Take your hot water bottle to one side. Tuck your toes under. Gently walk your hands up to your feet. Soften at the knees. Don't straighten the knees, that's fine. Fold forward here. Working into the kidney meridians. Gently twist from side to side, sweeping the mat that's available to you. Coming back to center and then gently rolling. Shoulders, neck and head are the last to come up. Come to the center of your mat. I want you to find your Tadasana spine. Pick up your toes and spread your toes. Make sure the feet are directly underneath the hips and then plant them down. Pick up your heels and plant your heels down. Then I want you to take your weight backwards and forwards and find your point of balance. Okay, and then if you lock your knees back, I want you to soften them. Bring your pelvis into alignment. Make sure the belly is nice and free, particularly if you're used to sucking your belly in. Good. Come up through the body. Tuck the tailbone under. Come up through the sides rather than the front of the body. Roll the shoulders back and down. Arms are steady and strong. Drop the chin so you're looking straight ahead. Drop your weight through your feet. Standing strong as a mountain. What does it feel like to just connect through your feet? Allow yourself to feel that inner strength. Beautiful. I want you to bring your palms together. Interlace your fingers, index fingers and thumbs together. Raise the arms up and over the head. Drop the shoulders. Inhale here and fold to your right. Working into the liver and gallbladder. We're going to be doing a lot of these. Keep your breath nice and steady. Inhale, come all the way back up. Fold to the other side. Inhale, come all the way back up. Release your arms and fold forward to Uttanasana. Working again with the kidney energy. If it's available to you, I want you to slip your palms underneath your feet and let the weight of your toes just flatten the palms against the mat. And then release them. And again, roll all the way up. Through the body. Good. We're going to step into Trikonasana. Fantastic lateral pose for fertility. Okay, so you want to, ideally, have the heel of that right foot coming to the center of the back foot, with the back foot slightly turned in. However, that may not work for you depending on your hips. So if it doesn't, I want you to simply move that back foot to where it feels more comfortable for you. Beautiful. Twist your hips towards the center and then reach from your heart to your fingertips. Inhale here and then exhale, fold from your hip. Place the hand either at some point on the leg, bend the knee if you need to, or bring the tips of your fingers all the way down to the mat. Bring the other hand to your hip, then twist your body, turn your head towards the ceiling if that's comfortable for your neck, and look up towards the ceiling. 5 deep breaths in Trikonasana, triangle pose. Inhale here, exhale, look down at your foot. Inhale, we're going to bend that knee directly over the ankle and then come down either with your elbow resting on your knee or with your hand flat in front. And then raise that arm, turn the palm down, look up towards the ceiling. One more deep breath. And then inhale, reach up. Exhale, look down. Come to the center of your mat. Turn the outer edge of your feet so that they're parallel with the mat. And then just drop your head. Few deep breaths here. Weight is forward over the toes. Good. And then gently walk your hands over to your left foot. Bend that knee and either place your hand in front of your foot or come up to the elbow, depending on what you did on the other side. Palm facing upward if it's on the knee. I want you to take that arm up and over. Parsvakonasana. Press down through the outside edge of your foot. Open out your chest. Look towards the ceiling. One more breath. Good, and then Trikonasana, step your feet in a little, folding from your hip, coming to somewhere either on your leg or fingertips down to the ground. Hand to the hip, raise the arm. 5 deep breaths. Inhale, stretch out. Exhale, look down. Inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, turn your toes out towards the corner of your mat. We're going to do a couple of rounds of Qigong. And this is really going to be just letting go of all of the stress, all of the anxiety. So when you're ready, I want you to raise your arms and sweep the earth, bend your knees. And as you come down, really let it go. One more round. Good. Come back to center. Step your feet in a little. Not worrying about your posture. Bending your knees now, bringing your hands to your hips and circling the hips. So we need to get a real sense now of working down into the pelvis, circling the hips. Can not only release off tension in this area, but it can really help us to breathe down into it, encouraging things to flow. Now you can slow it right down. Be as slow and mindful as you wish. And reverse the circles. Go against your natural tendency by reversing. And then, if you wish to, you can come and do a figure of infinity, figure of 8. But it's completely up to you. If this feels too difficult, just stay circling. come back to center. Step your feet in towards one another. Again, not worrying too much about posture. Tips of the thumbs, forefingers together below the belly. Now reconnect. You should be feeling nice and warm in the uterus. Nice and warm in the body, but not too hot. Close your eyes if you're comfortable. Allow yourself a gentle smile, lips turning up at the corners. And if you can manage this, then feel the effect that smile has on your face. On the muscles of the face. And if you can feel that effect, I want you to breathe that smile down into the heart space. And right down into the womb. Any thoughts or feelings that arise, just let them come up. Acknowledge them. Keep smiling and breathing. And when you're ready, I want you to repeat in your mind's eye these 3 mantras. I am held. I am safe. I am loved. I am held. I am safe. I am loved. Repeat this to yourself 3 times. And then float your eyes open when you're ready, and we're going to come down to the mat. Okay, we're going to come into Parigasana, gate pose. So again, working into the liver and the gallbladder meridians. So don't worry if a kneeling pose is, if you find that a bit difficult, because we're not going to be in it for long. Actually going to come up to standing on the knees. And then when we are ready, I want you to take your left leg out to the side, like so. Good. And we're going to raise that left arm, and we're gently going to come over and again look up towards the ceiling, and we're going to breathe into that stretch in the side of the body once more. And then inhale, come up. Exhale, slide your hand down the leg. And then over to the other side. And then inhale, come back to center and come over to your right now. Beautiful. When you're ready, inhale. And then inhale back to center. Slide your hand down that right leg and come all the way over. Beautiful. Inhale, come back to center. Now we've really worked with opening the sides of the body. And now we're going to do a pose that is quite a bit stronger. So I want you to just take it easy with this one and see how you go. So what I want you to do is just place your hand just gently directly underneath your shoulder. I want you to keep that right knee bent, and then I want you to open out your right. Now this is Vasisthasana, which is a side pose. It's about holding the body in space. Now if this is enough for you, I want you to stay here. Raise your arm up towards the ceiling, look up towards the ceiling. Take 5 deep breaths. If you feel like you can come a little further, then I want you to take that right foot and place it behind your left. And then raise your arm up towards the ceiling and work from here. If you know this pose, I want you to place your left foot on top of your right and hold it for 5 deep breaths. And then gently release it from wherever you are. And then we're going to practice it to the other side. So catch your breath. And then placing that left arm underneath the shoulder, bending the knee, and either working from here and raising the arm, if it's available to you, step that left foot behind the right, and if it's available to you to come into the full pose, do. I'm going to show you what it looks like in the modified pose. Beautiful. And then release it. And we're going to come into a seated position. Whatever's comfortable for you, either Sukhasana in an easy cross-legged or Siddhasana, pose of a sage. And then we are going to Sufi Grind. So once again, circling, working into the pelvis, gently releasing the body after that very strong pose. So we've really opened up the liver and the gallbladder meridians, encouraging that energy to flow, trying to bring the period back. And then reverse those circles. Close the eyes if you're comfortable. And try and work into any bits that are sore, particularly in the lumbar spine. And then come back to center. And we're going to come into Paschimottanasana, full forward bend. So if you have your blanket, I want you to take it and place it gently underneath your buttocks and just sit them up. It's just going to gently raise our hips, tilt them forward. Ideally in Paschimottanasana, we want the feet flexed, toes pointing up towards the ceiling. If you have lumbar spine issues, and my student definitely does, I would like you to bend up your knees in this position. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. We're going to inhale, raise the arms, and then we're going to exhale, fold forward, take hold wherever is comfortable, and just drop the head. Now where the belly presses on the thighs, I want you to breathe into the belly. Beautiful. And as you breathe out, make each exhalation a little longer, a little deeper. And you can gently start to straighten out your legs. And you'll be in a better position than you were if you tried to come straight into it. Where you're folding from the hips rather than the lower back. Lengthen your exhalation. One more deep breath here. Beautiful. And then look forward. And gently come up, roll all the way onto your back now. Taking the blanket to one side. Hug your knees into your belly, working with the lumbar spine. Hands over the knees and circle, working into the lower back. And then reverse those circles. Good. Extend your legs one and then the other all the way down to the mat. Lying in Shavasana. And if you have your hot water bottle or wet bag and it's still warm, mine still is, I want you to place it under your lower back. So we're warming up the kidneys. Beautiful. When you're ready, take hold of your strap. And because there are lower back issues, I want you to bend up your left knee and then your right and place the strap around the sole of your right foot. Good. Straighten the right leg and bring it in towards the body. When you're ready, I want you to inhale and exhale. Take that right leg out to the side. Perhaps one of the best poses for fertility. Hand over your left hip. And then bring the strap back to center. Take hold now in your left hand and take that leg gently over the body without coming all the way over. Good, and then bring it back to center. Draw it in towards the body. And then release it all the way down to your mat, releasing the left leg as well. And just feeling the difference in the two sides of the body. Beautiful. I want you to bend up your right leg. And your left. Place the strap around the sole of your left foot. Bring it up towards the ceiling. And then inhale and exhale. Take it out to the side of the body. Place your hand over that right hip. Inhale, bring it back to center. Take hold of the strap in your right hand. Take it over your body. Good. Bring it back to center. Bring the leg in. And then release it all the way down. Both legs all the way down. Lying in Shavasana. At this stage, you should be feeling pretty stretched. We're going to do one last pose lying on the mat, and that is for the thyroid gland. So when you're ready, I want you to roll your hands, palms facing down, under your buttocks and point your toes. And then come up onto your elbows, and we're going to drop the head back towards the mat. Bringing the crown of the head to lightly touching the mat. 6 deep breaths here. And then just tuck your chin in, roll that down, roll your hands out and under, and we're going to come into Viparita Karani, legs up the wall. So Viparita Karani, legs up the wall, we're going to come into from a side angle, buttocks up against the wall, And then rest the legs. Have a blanket or a pillow underneath your head. Good, and I want you to bring the tips of your thumbs, your forefingers together. And we're going to just rest. Focus your breath on your belly. Close your eyes if you're comfortable. I want you to really extend your exhalation. And now with that exhalation, we're going to inhale, and on the out breath we're going to hum. And I want you to do 6 rounds of this breath. So keep your hands where they are. Inhale through the nose and exhale. Right down to the last whisper of breath. Beautiful, and then just let it go. Now you can stay here for another 10 minutes if you like, but for the purposes of this video I'm going to reluctantly ask you to come back to a seated position on your mat. Coming into a comfortable seated position, fairly nice and free. Just reflect on how you may feel differently at the end of the class than you did at the beginning. And taking this sense of peace through with you into the rest of your day and your night. And when you're ready, I want you to bring your hands together, base of the thumbs, tips of the fingers, Anjali Mudra at the heart. I am held. I am safe. I am loved. I am held. I am safe. I am loved. I am held. I am safe. I am loved. Namaste.